people. It is Tishire from Politics and Fashion. Here, starting off a very slow morning. I woke up. I have not worked out yet, but I did do a lot of deep stretches. My back, y'all, is in the midst of a sciatica flare-up. I feel 175 years old. Let's just put a pin in it and Jesus be some physical therapy, okay? I know it's from all the travel, sitting on planes, and just really not stretching as much as I should. When I work out, my fiance is always telling me that about riding the Peloton and how it actually can like tighten and restrict your muscles, including your lower back. So we'll get on top of that. But right now, I gotta just be easy all day long. As you can see, I just took my scarf off. And this is how my hair is laying without me even brushing it. And I want to talk to you all about how I get this look with very short 4C hair. I get a lot of questions about this, y'all. I've shared with you all before that I have a very flaky scalp, and so I will link the products that I use down below to help control that. But what I do, especially when I'm kind of at the tail end of the week of my haircuts, I get my hair cut every week, are these products. And so you saw me put on, when my hair was still damp, the Living Proof Scalp Care Dry Scalp Treatment. Relieves dryness, itching, and irritation. This also, for me, serves kind of like a leave-in because it is water-based. If you have longer hair, this tip, I mean, it just feels good, period. Feels so good because it's meant to kind of part your hair. And then you just work in the treatment. So I love that. And that's, again, kind of my leave-in. And I believe in something called the lock method, leave-in oil cream. The oil that is, girl, gone is a body oil from my friend Alex that she actually made. All natural. It says lightweight dry oil for deep hydration, and it's a blend of different types of oils. And I use this over my whole body, as you can see, because it's gone, but I also use it on my hair as well. And then my last step, especially if I want to make sure my hair lays, if it's kind of like spiky, I am going to use some sort of holding cream. Sometimes it's good old fashioned Dax wave grease. Remember that? Sometimes it's that comes in the tin. But other times I have been using the Honey Curls, which is a soft holding cream by Miss Jessie's. You probably could use any number of products, but this is what I've had for a while. And so I'm just trying to get finished with it before I purchase anything else. You want to make sure you have a good brush, okay? This brush is one of them that when your mama was brushing your hair and it came over your ears, you wanted to call the CPS hotline. You remember the aggressiveness when you was getting your hair done. That's what this side does. So much so that the trauma and those childhood memories gets unlocked. It's a trigger. So I don't use that side, but it's a stiff brush. You're going to, sometimes in between them haircuts, you're going to need this, okay? Don't run from it. Keep it at your disposal. And I keep it just in case. This side is a little bit softer, and that's probably my day-to-day brush. And you just brush that thing on in, baby. Brush it down. Put you a scarf on top, let your hair dry, and that's that. If you are doing all of these steps and your hair is still not laying the way that you want it to, especially between haircuts, y'all, your hair should not only look good on the day you get it cut. I would say it's the barber. Sorry, friends, my mic died. No shade, no tea, but technique and tools are going to be so important, especially if you have hair like mine, which is African, kinky, coily. I have black hair. I have African hair, and I am A-okay with that. I just want to make sure that at this length, my hair is laying on my head, okay? And that's why I want to share these tips with you all today. So yeah, give them all a try. And I mentioned once again, I had a bonus tip, and that is to use conditioner when you're in the shower. Literally, you don't have to wash your hair every day. That's going to increase the dryness of your scalp. But wet your hair daily. If you notice that these tips are not working and you've switched barbers and you don't want to switch your barber, then I would say wet your hair every day. I did this at one point in time. Wet your hair daily. And use a conditioner in the shower, something that is hydrating, and brush your hair with the conditioner in your hair. And just brushing your hair in general is going to literally train your hair to lay. So you're on the couch watching Handmaid's Tale, just be brushing your hair, baby. Just, you remember, what's the name, Chicago from Poetic Justice? That's gonna be you for the next 21 days at least. You in traffic on 66 heading home, you're just gonna brush your hair, babes. You're just gonna keep your little small brush. You're on the metro, you're on the subway, you're brushing your hair. You just keep brushing that thing and you will get it to where you want to be. All right, I'm gonna let my mic charge. I am going to get dressed for the day. I'll be back in a second because I do want to unbox a few PR gifts with you and share with you where we are headed in this vlog. I am all dressed with some PR gifts that I want to talk to you all about. Lovely items, actually, I'm very grateful for. But before we get there, let's go through my OOTD. Very light face, back to the Fenty Skin Tint. I love this product for during the day. It's a very easy applicator. I literally take it and I put it all over my face, and I use a makeup brush to kind of work it in. You could also use your fingers, but it just gives you kind of an even complexion. Put a simple gloss and some mascara on, as well as my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Yeah, in the color Truffle. And that's it, babes. That is an easy work from home, get on camera look when I don't want to do a full beat. My top is by Dish. It was part of their sale, I think, this bandeau top with the asymmetrical hemline, 100% linen. And then my pants, or my culottes rather, are by COS. Back up just a little bit to see if you all can see me. Right where they come, about a couple inches above my ankle. Now I am very tall. I'm almost 6 feet tall. So that's where they come on me. If you were shorter, they may be more like at an ankle length. The top and the culottes are both in a size medium. For the top, I probably should have gotten a large only because I'm busty. But thankfully, it does have this band across the back, which is elastic. So the D's fit inside the top, and we are grateful for that. A necklace is by Nature, the label. And just a simple stud party in the ears today. And so I'm going to be wearing this while I chit chat with you all, work from home. But I should say that this evening, I get to be the keynote speaker at my goddaughter's 8th grade graduation. You all know Miss Marley. She has appeared here many times. She was my summer intern. And yes, 8th grade graduation is upon us. Time flies. We're not well. Me and her mom. Let's just acknowledge that people who love young people right now around all of these milestones, we're suffering. Check on your strong friends, okay? Because seeing our babies grow up is not easy, but we are so proud of her. And it's wild that I get to be the keynote speaker at her graduation. We've been trying to hide it from her, but I think she knows. But either way, shout out to the entire school, to the administration, to the teachers, to the students, to the parents, to the community that will be coming out tonight to support our young people in their success and where they are off to next. This is a really major milestone going into high school. And I remember for me, it was a pivotal moment in my life. I mean, that was the moment that I was like, I could choose something different. Like I could choose to apply myself and work really hard at school. And that is what happened. So I have no idea what I'm going to say tonight. I'm so nervous. Girl, I was just trying to like practice and I was working myself up. I said, do I need an Eddie? Don't know why this is so. I used to be a middle and high school teacher. I've spoken before at the UN. I've spoken before in front of thousands and hundreds of people. I speak all the time. I'm talking to you right now. Why am I this nervous? It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, okay? After that, I am getting in the car and driving to Richmond tonight because tomorrow is the Cloth and Paper 10-year anniversary event. Actually, it starts today, but I'm going to miss the first part of it. It's going to be all day tomorrow full of workshops, and so you're in for a treat. All my planner nerds, my stationery nerds, right here. Get ready. I cannot wait taking all of my journalist supplies with me, girl. I just showed you all my summer faves, my addiction to these things. We are going to take our toys with us and show up in Richmond. Tonight I'll be staying at the Quirk, a very lovely hotel. I don't know if you all have seen it before here on the vlog, but if not, I'll show it to you tomorrow, give you a bit of a room tour before I check out, and then head over to Cloth and Paper. Friday, come back home, and then Saturday is Erykah Badu Concert. So we have a big week ahead indeed. Speaking of a big week, I am standing in so much solidarity, love, and support with all of the protesters and all of the families who have been impacted by the ICE raids happening in LA and actually throughout the entire country. By the time this vlog goes live, Saturday would have been a day of protests around the country. If you all went out, I hope you are safe. And if you have not gone out, please know that protesting is not, physically protesting is not the only way to demonstrate that you are protesting what's happening right now in this country and the movement towards authoritarianism. I wrote a piece in my newsletter this week all about the ways that you can protest outside of standing on the front lines. I will leave a link down below to my newsletter, but before we get into this unboxing of my PR gifts, let me just share with you what I mentioned in that newsletter, because it is so important that we find a way right now to show up and to demonstrate that we are not okay with what is happening. My newsletter, the title is Sitting Out is Not an Option, and I use that phrase because of a thread that Brittany Pacchietti shared on IG. She's an activist at the front lines of BLM and other organizations, and continues to be a very prominent voice for Black progressives. But what Brittany said struck a chord with me, because I know many of us still feel very tired and fatigued. But I'll say this, however you show up right now, showing up is imperative, even in your fatigue. Even if you feel tired. Maybe the way you show up today isn't how you showed up 4 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago. I used to be on the front lines at protests, baby. I've gotten tear gas and everything. At this age, and when my sciatica shows up, not so much. But it doesn't mean that I am not still a movement builder and someone who contributes to liberation for all oppressed people in this country, including our immigrants and beyond. And so here are 6 easy ways right now you can get involved and make sure your voice is heard. Number 1, stop scrolling and get informed. That's pretty easy. Stop scrolling and get informed. While I am no fan of the 24-hour news cycle, I think that it can be very damaging and salacious at times. Also, corporate-owned media just should always be given a side eye, because within whose interest or whom's interest is it serving? But I will say simply scrolling for your news can also be dangerous, because it can breed apathy. Number 1, you just, oh, well, it's another child starving in Gaza. And or we become victims of mis and disinformation. That is just what we're being inundated with. It has been studied. It is factual. It is present. The amount of times my loved ones repeat to me something that they've seen online that I know is factually not true is scary. And I will be argued down about it, okay? And so because of that, what I want to say is scrolling and participating in internet communities in and of itself is not bad. But when that's the only place you're getting your news from, it can be a huge concern. And so look for independent media sources. Democracy Now! Is one of my faves. Number 2, contribute your dollars and your time. Dollars, time, dollars, time. If you don't have the dollars, your time. If you don't have the time, your dollars. Maybe you can actually do both. Find a cause that represents the interests that you hold, that supports people and communities who are being attacked right now, and contribute your dollars, your time, your dollars. For me, the 2 organizations that I contribute to monthly are the American Civil Liberties Union, or ACLU, and the Working Families Party. Both will be linked down below. Number 3, shop your conscience. It is so important in a capitalist society that we use money as leverage. And I think the Target shopping boycott and the calls for that by leaders in the Black community really demonstrates that. So I'm on a Target no buy, like many of you are currently. I'm also on a Walmart and an Amazon no buy. Those latter 2 companies, I've shared with you all, I had a very bad Amazon addiction, but also it's not lost on me that they pay below a living wage, and they have some pretty harmful practices around union busting. Meaning they find ways to prevent or preclude the workers from organizing. And unions, y'all, have made way for so many of the gains we have for worker protections. Workers' comp, unions. The 5-day, 40-hour work week, unions. Making sure children are not losing limbs in factories, unions. They exist for a reason, whether you are pro or against unions. What I can say, though, is whenever a major company comes in and breaks up the ability of staff or of their employees to unionize, there's something wrong. That is the devil's work. We should be very suspicious of their practices and how people are being treated on the inside. And again, Walmart and Amazon are notorious for that. And there was a recent report as well that Amazon workers were sleeping in their cars and working 40 hours a week. That should bother all of us. Number 4 is an age-old organizing principle known as educate, agitate, organize. It's really all about educating yourselves and helping to educate the masses, those around you, about key issues that are going on. See point number 1 on this list. Number 2 is to agitate, right? To help to wake people up, to raise their awareness about what is going on. And number 4, once that happens, to organize people in order to move towards a goal. If you don't see any movement around a cause that you care deeply about, and you're like, I just don't know why no one's talking about this. The book bans in my community, the ICE raids that are happening, the way that LGBTQ plus people are being treated, the attacks on critical race theory, the attacks on DEI, etc. Maybe that is your call to action. No one is coming to save us. We are our own liberators. Number 5 is provide mutual aid. That means standing in the gap and actually providing resources to communities that need it. And number 6, and it's last for a reason, is electoral advocacy. While I believe in the power of voting, I want to be clear here. I think post-Obama, many people thought that Obama, black people, was going to save us. And we thought if we just voted in 2008, we never have to vote again. And unfortunately, so much of the rhetoric around social justice and change gets caught up in voting, as if voting is the only way to use our voices. It is important. It is not the only. And I would argue where it is the most impactful, we completely forget about, which is local and state elections. Think about it. We only have to look to California right now. Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass, no matter how you think about them, are in a standoff with the President of the United States. They're not kowtowing. They're not capitulating. Those are local and state elected officials. And so in a time where we know the White House does not speak to our interests, who else are we getting elected to fight against that? But I want to encourage you all that in this in-between time that we know who the President of the United States is, to get involved locally and on a state level. I will link a great resource down below that tells you more about your local and state election cycle. Let me know down below if you have any questions about what I've just shared. I could dig deep into any one of those 6 points. As a reminder, I am an attorney. I am a longtime organizer and activist. While I love fashion and beauty and jewelry and the things and the things and the things and makeup, please know that those things are a modality to get us to someplace deeper. We are building community about the handbag, baby. We talking about this because we love that. But the ultimate goal always has been and will be over here is to get free. So I encourage you all to join the fight and help us do this work. So I mentioned to you all handbags being the modality because we love them over here. And I got from my friends at Brahmin this beautiful moon-shaped bag. Now I shared with you all in handbag trends to watch at the earlier part of, I think, this year or late last year, that this type of moon-shaped handbag was trending. And so when I saw this on Brahmin's website, I knew that I had to have it when they offered to send me something. I love the shape of it. I don't have anything in this really pretty blue color. And I actually think it goes well as a pop of color when you are wearing something neutral. So let me open it up because I believe, based upon the D-rings, that there is a strap in here. Yep, I was right. So let me just apply it. Ooh, look at that thickness of that hardware. I love that. And I'll try it on for you too. Oh yeah, this is a perfect, actually, crossbody bag. It's stuffed right now, but it could fit, I can see easily, a full-size wallet. But the way that I probably would wear it the most is going to be handheld like this, or in the crook of my arm. It comes in about 3 colors. I will link it down below. Thanks again to Brahmin for sending this over to me. And then we have from L'Occitane their shimmering body oil. Now, I'm a fan of this body oil, period. But girl, I'm gonna shake this up because I tried this. And let me just show you what this shimmer does. First of all, it's in a glass bottle, which I'm the kind of person that really makes a difference. Look, do you look, girl? First of all, it's so hydrating. But I already know that when I go out in the sun, the shimmer on this is going to be insane. This needs to be on your summer list, babes. Do you see that? It's almost like a bronzing effect. You've got to put this on your summer list. Yeah, can you imagine your toenails are white, baby? They're just shining and glistening in the sun. And you are sipping on a skinny mezcal margarita. Got to go for the mezcal. We're not doing tequila. We've gone on to mezcal. You're sipping a skinny mezcal margarita. Can't do all them calories. We're at a big age, okay? And you said, oh, let me just go in my bag. Let me just go in my summer tote. Let me just pull out a little body oil, a little shimmer on my chest. Look at that. Ciao. Your starting 5 will be at attention in half a heartbeat. I'm just saying. Grease me up all summer long. Next up is the Lip Mask Tinted Lip Jelly. This is from Pixie Beauty. I am on their PR list. Well, let me just say that I was a fan of theirs before their PR list for years. Their Glow Tonic, I literally use daily. And I've noticed that getting back to using it consistently over the past few months has helped so much in lightening my dark spots. And so this is interesting. I have not opened it, y'all, but it's called, again, a Lip Mask Tinted Jelly, but it looks like it's in a pot, as you can see from the box, but it has an applicator. So this is what it looks like. Let me get close. We're figuring this out together. Okay. It has a mirror, which is nice. This is the actual product in the pan. And I think the applicator, oh, look at that. You just pull it out here. And it's actually, hold on. It's a doe foot, but it looks like it's silicone. Okay. Let me see. I have a little bit of gloss on my lips, but not much. Let's just see. This probably won't provide a lot of color for me, given the color of my lips. But let's just see how it feels going on. Okay, this is a lot, and I don't think I needed that much. Hold on. It's a little bit of time. Consistency feels really nice. And surprisingly, you have to put on a little bit at a time, y'all. The applicator is pretty smooth. It feels glossy, but not greasy. I can definitely see how this would be very hydrating. Not much color at all. Again, my lips are dark. I don't know if it's meant to provide a lot of color, but it feels good. The mask part is masking because it is thick. It is thick.com. Let's see the other 2 shades. This one is Amore. This shade is Sucre. Oh, okay, girl. You better have a little shimmer. I didn't expect that. Hold on. We'll do a test of this on my hand. I didn't know you had a little shimmer, girl. Okay, a little shimmer, girl. That might look really good with like a mauvey colored lipstick, a brown liner, and that on top. I might try that tonight. And then Caliente. Caliente is the last one. It looks very similar to the first color. But again, let's see if it has any color payoff on my skin at all. I actually do see a little. That's Caliente, this color here. I love these. Again, super duper hydrating. And this little application, girl, that's so fun. Throw this right in your handbag. Very easy to use. So thank you, Pixie, for these items. Last but not least is this beautiful box from Sniff. Sniff times Alex L. Gentle Reminder. It's like this iridescent white, like an opal color. I don't know if you all can see the shade or not. And Gentle Reminder, as I told you all in a previous vlog, is in Alex's handwriting. Alex is my girl. That is my sister. And you all have seen her here on my channel. But for sure, baby, across the internet, she has been at the precipice, the cusp of self-care, personal growth and development, both content, but also writing for decades now. And she is a New York Times bestselling author who has 2 fragrances with a company called Sniff, who is a powerhouse in their own right. I unboxed a few of my Sniff pieces or my candles, etc. Fragrances. I bought this fragrance before I knew I was going to get this PR box from Sniff in my last vlog. Enough talking, okay? Let me read the inside of the box for you, again in Alex's handwriting. It says, you are deeply worthy of ease, joy, and softness. You are not just a vessel for pouring and filling the cups of others. You deserve to be loved, cared for, and tended to. You are worthy of being a soft place to land in your own life. XOXO Alex L. Oh, this is such a beautiful box. I'm keeping it forever. Let me show you the inside of it. If you saw my last vlog, I will open this, but this is the fragrance. This obviously is a sachet of lavender, and wait until you see what this is.
Hi, this is Alex.
Hey girl.
I'm so excited to share my fragrance Gentle Reminder with you. Before you open it up, I know you're excited, but I want you to take a moment of pause. Take a deep breath and ground down into the present moment. Let this time help you level set your intentions and celebrate who you are because you're worthy. Ease, joy, and softness have your name on it. Scent has always been a source of comfort for me. So I hope that every time you wear this fragrance, it acts as your gentle reminder to pause and create a soft space for yourself to land. I hope you love it. Take care.
Even her voice is just so calming and affirming for me. So I will be playing this on repeat as part of my morning affirmations. But let's open the fragrance together again. Why not? It's meant to look like a book and sit on a shelf with the spine showing there that again says Gentle Reminder, a fine fragrance by Alex L. This is meant to mimic a bookmark. And when you open it, you have a piece of vellum here that has that same set of affirmations that I read to you in the opening or the top of the box. And behind the vellum is the fragrance. It is beautiful. I'm saving this bottle, so I'm not going to take it out of the plastic wrap. But that shade of the bottle is so beautiful. It's almost a translucent purple, so kind of like a purple tint to it. And I think all of Sniff's tops have this ridging as well. This is now my third Sniff fragrance. I have Vanilla Vice, Heal the Way, which was Alex's first fragrance, and now Gentle Reminder. Gentle Reminder is actually a perfect summer fragrance. I'm going to go over my summer fragrances with you all because it has a light lavender sweetness to it. Another one of the notes is ube, which is purple yam, which you would not think would be in a fragrance, but leave it up to Alex. And it's still a bit smoky at the same time. So it's not too light and airy. If you want a summer fragrance that still packs some punch, Gentle Reminder is that girl. So those are my goodies, y'all. Let me sit up here, child, and get ready for this speech. I'm going to prepare, and I will be right back, all dressed and ready to go to the graduation and to head down to Richmond. I'm getting ready to head out, y'all. This is the look for tonight. I got to figure out my fragrance as well. Let me put the mic here. All right. Eye makeup, the Juvia's Place Palette Ardell Wispy Lashes. Same makeup routine that I've been doing for quite some time. Go back to my summer favorites to get a peek at the foundation routine. My lip is Chestnut by MAC. Also Magnolia by Hourglass. And then Rihanna's Riri on top. I have no idea what earrings I should wear. This is my wrist. I'm probably going to just keep this for today. I'm going to wear I'm wearing jeans and a pair of heels on the bottom. These are fun. That feels very like, you know, she's accessible, she's approachable, she's hip, she's cool. Or do I go full glam with the Chanel's? Might be Chanel's. I'm telling you, it might be the Chanel's. Hold on. It might be the Chanel's tonight. I took almost all of my other earrings out, so my stack is not stacking currently. My top is by a brand called Osiri, and I have on the Gap men's jeans. Let me see how this top looks tucked in. I love the idea of a high-low moment and a half tuck. Again, we're accessible. We're cool. We're not doing too much, okay? And then the red bottoms. These are the Kate Sports by Louboutin, and they have the 85 millimeter heel. Patent leather, as you can see. Always good for a little pop. The patent leather is, I think. And I pulled out, y'all, an oldie but goodie. I saw someone reviewing fragrances on IG, and I completely forgot about this one. So I pulled it out. It is the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. Perfect for this time of year. Oh, God, it's been too long. It's been too long. I missed you. It's been too long. Feels good to me. I miss you. Come back home. My feet are horrifically ashy. So let's get a little bit of this shimmering oil that I showed y'all earlier on. I just forgot. I just remembered that I really wanted to do my nails, y'all. I didn't have time. You can't win them all. So this is going to have to be the look. I just put a little bit of nail strengthener and a base coat on yesterday. And I was like, oh, I'm going to paint my nails in the morning, y'all. And I completely forgot. But I'm still holding on. No gel, no dip, no acrylic. We'll see how much longer I last, though, because I am missing having my nails did. And this is the whole look. My bag is going to be the Birkin, so I can throw you all in it. I am vlogging from my full-size camera, so gonna take you all with me in the Birkin. Let me do one more just look. I mean, I feel like I need to unbutton this. I do have my own little tank, so we're not doing too much, trust me. It's a middle school graduation, y'all. How's it feel, Marley, to be a graduate? Hey y'all, I am vlogging from the car because I just made it to Richmond. Now I know I told y'all that I was going to come to town last night. I lied. Because by the time I finished at Marley's graduation, I mean, the sun was still shining and I think I had it in me to make the trip, but I definitely would have lost steam probably about halfway here. It was a long day and Bae was like, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey. That's why your partner is called your better half, because she was like, let's just have you leave early in the morning. If you know anything about me and what I share here in these vlogs, I'm not a morning person, but you know, when it's something that I really want to do, I'll thug that thing out. And I'm happy I did. Got a good night's rest last night, and now we are in Richmond on Broad Street. The event today is being held at Common House, which it sounds like a co-working, maybe a social club type space. I'm not sure, but it's not too far from my hotel. I'm staying at the Quirk, which I think I told y'all. The Quirk is super cute. It's like this all pink cute hotel. So I'll give you a tour as promised very soon. But let's talk briefly about Marley's graduation last night. Many thanks to the entire team at her middle school, the staff, the teachers, the administrators, the principal for welcoming me in, and also for just graduating an 8th grade class. It ain't easy to hold a positive space for teenagers and preteens at that. They're just set up different. As human beings, they are set up different, and that is a very difficult age to be a positive influence over and to hold space for in and out of the classroom. So congrats to them, as well as, of course, the 8th grade graduates. Marley read my bio. I asked her when I got up there if she knew. She was like, I already knew. I don't know if she did or not, but it was a very special moment, I think. And again, they're middle schoolers. So I can't say that it was my most captive audience ever. I can't even say it was my best speaking engagement ever. But what I can say is that I tried. And hopefully what I did was planted some seeds for them to think about in the future. My speech was all about resilience and telling them about some things that I have gone through in my life. And I realized afterwards that a lot of people say life is great. You can do it. And life can be great, and maybe you can do it. But the reality is, hard shit is going to come your way. And I was trying, and hopefully it landed with some of them to get them to understand that when that hard shit comes, you can have a strong spirit of bounce back. And that is what my life has been about. It hasn't been about all of these successes that I've been able to achieve, which I'm grateful for, but those things can leave tomorrow, especially the material monikers of success. Literally, God forbid, fires happen, natural disasters happen, death happens, grief happens. It don't matter. What matters though is that you know when those occasions occur that you will be able to get to the other side of it. So again, congrats to all of the graduates, elementary, pre-K, elementary, high school, college, grad school, PhD. At this point, girl, graduating, your gym membership. It's so many graduations. People just be graduating. I am tired. Happy to celebrate you, but I just want my life back. My life back. That's it. No more need to rest and get in here and play in some planner supplies. And so I am early. It's 9:24. Can you believe it? Early. Starts at 10. I'm gonna walk and go get me some coffee. I don't know, maybe a little something to eat before we get started, and obviously take you guys with me. I'm here. The energy is impeccable, as I already knew. All of these amazing women, planner lovers, black women, women of color. Only Ashley can bring out such a diverse group of planner lovers. I got a little goodie bag though, so let's open it together.
So I don't do that with my rosé. I drink year round.
Julia, where did that come from? This idea that rosé is synonymous with summer.
Remember the white girls that came with Yes Way Rosé?
Yes.
Summer water.
Yes.
Summer water about 10 years ago.
Yeah. So
Everybody labeled the marketing. Everything is marketing, right? And so I get why wine market it sells. I'm not trying to, but you gotta demystify. So all of a sudden, the wine I had in July don't work in September. Like, it doesn't really make any sense.
It's wine.
It's just.
Hey good people, I am back home as you can see and so excited to share with you the Black Girl Planner Magic, the little bubble that I have been in. Now there's a lot going on in the world. I saw that your president is still up to no good. The military parade will be here in less than 24 hours. And also there are protests that are happening around the country. So hopefully if you participated, you were safe. I may have already mentioned that. But also I saw that a judge ruled that his deployment of the National Guard and the Marines against American citizens was against the law. But a criminal is going to break laws, so we already knew that. Again, we have to protest and we have to speak truth to power in this moment. And one of the other ways that I thought about doing that I did not share previously was that you can apply for the InfraBL Creator Academy. Now, you may remember that myself and Chelsea Fuller of InfoBL came together to create this 8-week fellowship. I will link a really dope News One article about our work down below because I'm so proud of it. We are now looking for participants for cohort 2. It is an 8-week fellowship. It is a paid fellowship, and we teach you skills of how to be a professional content creator, but also you go through political education courses and you learn more about how to seamlessly weave into your content progressive values and liberatory principles. So today is Sunday, if all goes well, and the application is due tomorrow. Hurry up, girl. Run, don't walk. Get yours in by the deadline. Share it with somebody who you think would be a great participant. But more about this black girl magic down there with them people at Cloth and Paper, baby. Ashley Reynolds and the entire team. I love you deep. I didn't think the love and the adoration, the fandom could get any deeper, but it is. And if I ever find out where your warehouse is located because I missed the tour, I'm telling you now, and so it won't be considered trespassing when it happens. Hopefully it won't be considered loitering or vagrancy when I bring a sleeping bag into the warehouse. I'm telling you now, and I got the bail money if the judge disagrees because I'm obsessed. You all probably will see some content here. There are many creators there, folks who have amazing planning IG pages. I'll make sure they're linked down below as well. My girl JoJo, who I met in person, is one of those people. And the thing about Cloth and Paper, if you don't know, y'all, it is just minimal and elevated. Their tagline is that there is luxury and simplicity, and I totally agree. In June's box, they gave us these pops of red, but for the most part, they stick with neutrals. And you all know I'm a neutral girly. So it was much of that, a lot of, ooh, what you got in your planner? Ooh, what size you use? Ooh, what? And it was so cool, too, because many of the women there, they use multiple planners. And so I got lots of inspiration. I told Aisha, Planner Girls Rock, hey, sis, I was like, listen, that stresses me out. If you want to see me stressed out, give me multiple planners. Number one, I feel like I'm cheating on my LB A5. I'm monogamous. This is not a polyamorous relationship. Now, I can have a million journals, but I need one good planner. And I think I may have showed you all that I ended up with a second one. Excuse my nails. I'm going to go get them done. I try to do them myself. They're raggedy. I ended up with the second one that I created. This is probably going to be a second one that I created for the wedding. And it just has some weekly assignments here that I need. I needed a place to just keep track of things, of deadlines, and I also have a budget spreadsheet in the back. So I wanted to get that out of my main planner. But obviously, after the wedding, she's going night-night, and we're keeping our A5. You just got to know what works for you. So again, hopped out the car. Love Fest started. So many of you were there. I did not know, but it makes sense, right? If you're watching my channel, we're part of the same community. We love the same thing. So many of you all were there, which I absolutely loved. And the conference was a full day. And so we had a bunch of tracks. Now, I was on the track that started off with planner customization. So they had someone there who was doing custom art using stencils on your planners. I got in line for that and then just spaced. Like, I don't know, just had a squirrel moment, went doing something else. And by the time I came back, the line was way too long. So I wasn't able to get that done, unfortunately. Because I couldn't do that, I hopped over to Aisha's jam journaling session, and that's where I was supposed to be. So everything worked out perfectly. She guided us in 3 journaling prompts. We had a notebook from Cloth and Paper. We had a brand new pen. Y'all know I love the goodies. And she gave us the prompts, turned on a song that for her accompanied the prompt, and we just went to town. Music accompanying your journaling may be a really good tip if you feel like you need some inspiration or some encouragement to do it frequently. It also changes your vibration, your frequency, and therefore your mood. So I love that. I'm going to start doing that at home. Bay has a pretty extensive record collection. So probably tonight we're going to put a record on. I'll pour me a glass of wine. Maybe not. We're going to get to why not in a second. I'll pour me a glass of tea. And then I can sit down on the couch with her while she listens, and I can listen and journal as well. Left there and ran to yoga. And it was with Flow with JoJo here on YouTube and I believe on IG as well. She posts weekly classes, she said, on YouTube. And so if I can find her channel, I will link it again. The class was just what I needed. It wasn't quite restorative, but it wasn't crazy aggressive either. It was what I needed. It was what I needed for sure. And I have not done a lot of deep stretching with breathing, i.e. yoga, in quite some time. And I was like, oh, yeah, I need to get back into yoga for sure. Mats were already there. Custom cloth and paper towels were already there. Just the small intentionality that they had thought of was amazing. And what I love too is that things were kind of free flowing. So Common House is a social club and they have 4 floors and things just kind of flowed. For example, there was a bouquet making workshop that was happening right beside where we were doing yoga. I'm sure I could have popped over and made a bouquet. There was a custom scent making station and I did stop there and make me some scented oil. And my last session though, was my last official session was the tablescape making, and I learned the difference between a tablescape or a table setting and a vignette. And I was excited to learn the difference because we will have both at the wedding, and it made me think about how to pair them together. She even brought dishes along for you to like sit down and play, but by that time I had to hop over to the Quirk to check in. So highly recommend the conference next year for sure. I know it's going to sell out because all of us, we're going to go home like I'm doing now. We're going to tell our friends. So the second you see it advertised, baby. And when they advertised this, they didn't even tell us the dates, I don't think. By the time I got my ticket, well, when I got my ticket, I knew nothing. I knew Cloth and Paper Conference Richmond. I said, I'm there. So grab your ticket quickly. I checked in and that was a complete nightmare. I've been talking to you all about the Quirk and how cute it was. I'm sure you saw some footage of the lobby areas, but I did not show you my room, sis, because I had 5 fans in there and a broken AC. Not their fault. I had called to get my reservation switched between hotels.com and the Quirk. Something got lost in translation. And last night, all of the rooms with working ACs were sold out. And this one actually was like out of order. I looked at the manager and I said, okay, baby, well, where do you live? Because you might be having an unwanted house guest tonight. I'm not driving back to Northern Virginia, to the DC Metro. It's not happening. You gotta pull out couch. Matter of fact, just give me your bed. Because I'm not driving back home. So there has to be a room in this institution. I refuse to believe there's not a room in this entire hotel. And sometimes you just have to look people in their eye and call their bluff. Well, we can't. Well, we don't. No. You can. And you will. Because this was not my mistake. And I paid for this room. So anyway, she was like, okay, there's one room, no AC. Do you want to come upstairs? Figure. I said, I don't care about it not having no AC. I mean, obviously the AC would be preferable. This is what I paid for, but it's fine. I slept in the maid's quarters in Lagos, Nigeria, in Ojota for 8 weeks. For 8 solid weeks. No AC. No light. I'm not trying to paint that picture of all of the continent of Africa. Of course, that was my experience at them people place. And I was there for an internship and told them, yeah, sure. They said we can provide housing, we can't pay you, sure. But these are first world problems, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I was fine. And I wasn't trying to figure out another hotel. I know many folks would have made a different decision just for their comfort. I was okay. They gave me a food and beverage credit, which I used down at the bar with some good girlfriends, and it was a great time. By the time I went to bed after midnight, the fans had cooled the room down sufficiently, and I slept like a baby, because I hopped back over to the conference. It was a 1-minute walk, Common House is, from the Quirk, and I joined from 2 to 3 Julia Coney's amazing wine tasting, and we tried some amazing wines, 2 of them Black-owned from South Africa. I actually am going to go to Total Wine probably today and try to find some of those wines. They were delicious. And we had one red blend. I'm not a red wine lover nor drinker. That was out of this world. And she talked a lot about wine pairings as well. If you were in the DC Metro and you have the pleasure to take one of her classes, you've got to do it, or want to attend one of her events. Hopefully she and I can cook up something in the lab together soon, because I learned so much from her. Also, she's one of them black women that black women's right. Like that's the rich auntie. If there was an elite circle of gold medalists, she would have stood on the podium. I'm just telling you. So a wealth of knowledge about just luxurious experiences around the world. And we just all kind of sat there and just listened. And so after that, I hopped over, y'all, to Nanine, because I cannot go to Richmond and not go to Nanine. So let me show you what I grabbed. Nanine is this tiny store, woman-owned, in Richmond, that focuses on slow and sustainable fashion. And it's probably, I kid you not, the size of this office. It's small. It's a small boutique, but I love it. I love it. It has my name all over it. The pieces are investments. They're made from amazing materials. Again, slow and sustainable fashion is her whole thing. I found them on IG, or maybe like on one of my first trips down to Richmond years ago. And whenever I'm in the city, again, I just got to go. I have to go. So I grabbed just a few things, but let me show you what they are. Start off with what is in this box first. I know they sell online. If these things are available, I will link them. Ooh, that was satisfying. The box opens, and you have this little pouch, so you probably already know what it is. And it is a pair of hammered gold earrings. And these are part of their collection. They sell a lot of small brands, but they also sell their own brand as well. Jewelry and clothing. They also have some shoes there. And when I tried these on, what I loved about them is that they weren't heavy. Well, I take that back. They're a little heavy, but not horrible. I think I only tried one on when I was there. These were $98, I think. But you all know how I feel about gold jewelry. And I have been wanting to replace my gold-plated ones from M.M. LaFleur. And these, the thickness and the width of them, gave me that same vibe. So I probably wouldn't wear them with this necklace. But it was time for some new gold earrings for sure. So very excited about these. If you have sensitivity to heavy earrings, these are not for you. But if you have any of the koi pieces, it won't be too bad. Other small things I got. This was so unnecessary. But it is by these people. Nushkino, maybe? Nushkino. I love a shop that just has a lot of small little random tchotchkes. And I said, what is this? And they said, it's hand sanitizer. I said, oh, run me that. Put this in my pocketbook. Why does it smell so good? It's bergamot, y'all. Smells so good. Girl, I don't... Listen, you down there at the club and you trying to meet the bartender. And you let me go to the bathroom and freshen up. You have a hand sanitizer and a fragrance in one. And it's refillable. Listen, get you one of those. You're welcome. Okay, the other thing I have are their hand-blended fragrance squares. And I got 3. And I'm actually going to put one of these in my suitcase for my honeymoon. I like to create scent memories. One of my favorite that I think is going to remind me of the trip especially is arugula and mint. Why am I getting... Smell it, girl. As if you can smell it. The other one is, I don't know how to pronounce this, Comco. This one has like a chocolate, like a fresh chocolate. It's gourmand, but there's something in it that's kind of minty at the same time. Oh, it's right here, girl. Lemon, lavender, and ricotta. So the ricotta must be giving me the gourmand note, and then the lemon is what smells fresh. And obviously these can be just like air fresheners in your car because they do have a little string attached to them. But she told me that they also use them in, for example, drawers or luggage. And then this one is Palo Santo Desert Rose. So rose and Palo Santo. They also make a fragrance in this scent. This one is my favorite. That one is my favorite. And I think I've had this fragrance before. So 3 little scent discs, a bougie hand sanitizer, and 2 new pieces. One of them is this t-shirt. It simply says Nanine. It's one size, meant to fit oversized. I love the neckline on it. You see how wide it is? And it's also kind of thin. Nanine, made for more than a moment. It's their tagline. And it has kind of a vintage effect to it. That's how it feels. Chocolate brown is trending. The girls love it. The girls love it. And then hopefully I'll insert a cutaway and actually try these pants on. If not, I will pop up a picture from the website. I was hoping the name was on them, but they're kind of like this mix between cargo pants and barrel pants. They are 80% silk and 20% cotton. This is what you need on your skin this time of year, girl. And it's woven, and they are so lightweight. I may end up wearing these tomorrow for the Erykah Badu concert. We're going to go shopping together. The outfit that I wanted to wear, unfortunately, did not come in time. Well, it was a pair of shoes that I was going to build an outfit around. Elastic waist, as you can see. Drawstring as well. And also what I love is the drawstring around the bottom. These were an investment. I think they may have been like $200, but they're cotton and they're silk. And it's the kind of thing that I know I'll have forever. I had a similar color in a set from them many years ago that if I could still fit, baby, I can get the pants up my thigh because they were a little small when I got them. They probably like would have amounted to about a size 4 because I was solidly a 6 back then. And so I can't fit those anymore, and I have been wanting something to replace them from Nanine, and now I have that and a fun t-shirt. So that's my Nanine haul. I have one more thing to show you, and then we're going to get out of here. I'm going to go grab some lunch. I took a very lovely and delicious nap. Woke up starving, so we're gonna go grab some lunch. I'm gonna catch up on some emails while I am there, and then we're gonna run to the city to get my hair cut. And I may shop in the city. There's a Madewell on 14th Street, or I may just come back here and run to Pentagon City because I need to get my nails done before the concert. But I'm so excited because when I came, I had my first PR box from the girls down at the Lip Bar. Have loved them down since probably about day 1. They have a red matte lipstick that is my favorite. No liner necessary. It's like a purpley red that I am obsessed with. I've not been able to find it in quite some time. Nevertheless, they asked me if I wanted to be on their PR list. I said, say less. And this box is all about their new botanical lip oil. It's called the Prototype, okay? And it is 100% vegan, cruelty-free, packed with vitamin E, and very shiny, but also they say it's moisturizing. Here are the shades that the oil comes in. Let's just do a quick test. So this is, I think maybe the product has already been out, but they have a new shade of it because this shade is new and it's called Crowd Pleaser. I don't have any makeup, as you can see. So let's see how this looks on the lips. If I can get the package out, girl, hold on. There we go. Let's see what the applicator is like. Oh, okay. Another one of these silicone applicators. The same thing, remember y'all? From the Pixie lip mask. By the way, if you are still with me, girl, subscribe. Check and make sure you are, because you may not be. And if you are, or you just hit the subscribe button, go ahead and hit the like button while you're down there too. Please and thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's a little shade to that. Oh, let me find out. You definitely feel the oil. This is definitely giving lip oil. Not as thick as the lip mask for obvious reasons. Oh, this is nice. And I told you all before that I have dark lips. So for it to have just a little color to it, we like that. Okay, this color is Crowd Pleaser. Let's keep going because now I'm really curious about the color payoff on these. The next color is called One of One. One of One. It looks like it should be like kind of a mauvey purple. This is the color of the package. Let's try it on. The first one hit it out the park. Let's see what this is giving. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. This is, girl, lip bar. This is why the girls bang with you. This is what we come up here for. Come make products for melanated people. Everybody don't have pink lips. Look at that. Girl. Look at this. Look at this. Oh. It's not even a lot. There's not even a lot of this on. Mind you, I'm sure this product is affordable because the lip bar is. I just got this from Too Faced. This is more translucent. I have to put a lipstick on with this, which is fine. This is a lip color all by itself. All by my... Let's put a little bit more. Because now I'm curious to see how dark I can get it. Yep. My mirror, by the way, is magnetic and it lights up. It's by Simply Human. I love this mirror. Not magnetic, magnifying. I'm shook. We got 3 more colors to go. Okay, this doesn't look like it is the color for me, but, you know, hey, let's give her a try. It says that all of these have mango butter and lavender oil in them, which I like the sound of that. This shade is Obsessed. It's called Obsessed. The last one was One of One. The first one was Crowd Pleaser. This is the color of the packaging. Let's see what it looks like on my lips. This is something I can already tell that's definitely going to require, it's like Ashy Larry, it's definitely going to require like a MAC chestnut liner and maybe even a matte lipstick underneath. And I don't have a dark liner in here right now, unfortunately. But just so you can see the color payoff, I would never wear this without a liner, but I want you to see how on dark lips it shows up. Okay, another kind of purpley color. This one is called Can't Miss. Let's see what she looks like on. The same thing, this may pull a little too light for me. But there ain't nothing that a liner can't fix. It's almost coming across, it's kind of like lavender. Yeah. A little darker than the pink one, the Obsessed. But again, something I would have to layer with a liner. This one actually feels kind of like tingly. Maybe it's because I've tried so many on. But again, it's mango butter and lavender oil in it. This last one, I'm not even going to bother, girl, because I know this is going to be way too light. But you know what? I shouldn't say that. It's called Fan Club. Let me try it. It may actually come across as more of a clear. So let me try it. Let's just see what it comes out looking like. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's the one I'm going to wear today. You can't judge a book by its cover. Girl, you could not. I thought this thing was going to come out of here white as snow. I really did. It's just a really lovely, the texture of that is so yummy. A really lovely lip oil. Okay. This color again is Fan Club. So I would say for me, my first favorite, oh, this is hard. It's between these two. It's between the Crowd Pleaser and the One of One for sure. As far as my faves are concerned. Every day though, it's going to be so easy to throw this on, which is Fan Club. These two are not exactly nose. It would just have to be worn again with a liner. And these colors are Can't Miss and Obsessed. Those are my goods. Many thanks to the lip bar. Let me show you what today's OOTD is. It is the most ridiculous outfit, but you know, we got to pick a fragrance. We might as well do it together. To run out here, get some food, and get my nails did. The OOTD is a little ridiculous, as I just said, but it works for a day of running errands. My sunnies, or my transparent glasses, these are the ones that are by Elisa Johnson. They are the Janes. This frame also comes in acrylic. You've seen me talk about it, or you've seen me wear it, and you've heard me talk about it time and time again. But I love the matte gold finishing, and on a day when you just kind of want to feel jazzy, like you have pop on, that's what these do for sure. Dior necklace, which you all already know about. Same wrist party, have on my Apple Watch. Girl, I closed all of my rings yesterday, not because I worked out, but going up and down those stairs at Common House. So I was like, you know what, let me just keep the party going, okay? My sweatshirt, I know it's summer, but I'm going to keep this on because it is cozy up in here, and it says no justice on the front, and the back says no peace, and it's KNOW, as you can see. It's from my friend Alex. I came home and this box was waiting on me downstairs, so thank you, Alex. Complete and total surprise. Now I did cut off the band on the sleeves because for some reason, like, it was super tight and it was uncomfortable, and I like to be able to roll all of my sweatshirts up. And I kind of like it more like that because it mirrors the unfinished edges on the hood as well as the bottom of the sweatshirt. On the bottom is just a pair of cotton black shorts. And let me grab my shoes. Girl, I need to put some lotion on. I am... This is the most disheveled. Because I'm going for comfort today, babes. I just want to be comfortable. I got on a pair of Gucci socks and my Birkenstock clogs. What's the fragrance that could go with something that looks this ridiculous? Let me see. Hold on. Hold, please. Santal 33, babes. Santal 33. I look ridiculous, but I'm actually a CEO. I'm that girl. Yeah, that's, let me, just for symmetry, let's do one more over here. Okay, boom. That's it. I'm finally getting something to eat. It is 2:47. All I've had today are a couple almonds and a Chobani yogurt on the drive home. I'm at Ichiban, one of my favorite, really my favorite, not even one of. It's the only place that I eat ramen in the DC metro area. A lot of people like Jinya, and it's okay, but in my opinion, nothing beats Ichiban, especially because I can eat their veggie ramen and devour it. So if you come here, here's the order, y'all. You go for the pork, which is delicious, or the veggie ramen, Get you an extra soy egg or poached egg. Get some extra baby bok choy and get the kimchi stew. It is delicious. I'm gonna sit here and grub. Oh, I just got my hair cut. I didn't even say anything about that. So I'm loving the fact that the park is back for the summer. After I eat, I am headed to Pentagon City. I stopped by Madewell. They didn't have anything. I had a return, and also I was trying to find a pair of Bermuda shorts, but they didn't have any. Not in my size, at least. I don't know why, but I have in my head this summer uniform that is a Western hat or a trucker hat, a white tank top, layered necklaces, some Bermuda shorts, preferably with an unfinished hem, and some Western boots. And the boots that I really want are the tabbies, but I'm not paying Margiela tabby prices. And so I found a pair that are a dupe. I don't think I told you all this. I found a pair that is a dupe. Girl, I can't even link them because I think they're untrustworthy. Either that or the tariffs. All I know is I paid for expedited shipping last week. According to their website, they still have not shipped today. So that's not going to be worn, but I have Western boots at my house. So if I do choose to still go with that kind of outfit formula, I have ways to make it work. If not, we'll see, child. I have enough clothes for sure. But you know how it is when you just kind of have that thing in your mind that you wanted to pull off? I have plenty of clothes. I'm not worried about it. Either I'll find something today or I'll wear what is in my closet. But I got to get these nails done, baby. All right.
What we do here is go back.
One thing Mango's gonna do is give you a good dupe. This is, I think, an Elia Teckle dupe. Could also see it being a Jill Saunders bag dupe. But I actually really like this. Now what you're gonna do with it with all the holes in it, I don't know. But I'm still loving East-West style bags, so this is very cute. It's a size 42, which is a 10. These are like a raw organic denim, no stretch whatsoever. So I think I'm gonna take these home and play around with them. Hey y'all, today is Saturday and it was supposed to rain all day. Actually, the sun is out. It looks amazing. It was a bit overcast earlier today, rained first thing this morning, but we may have good weather for this concert and I am excited. Today has been amazing. We got up a little late, got out of bed maybe around 8:30, which is late for us. We went on a very long walk, probably about 2 miles or so, and then we dropped the car off because it needed to be serviced. $1,000 later, I took my car here for an oil change. What is this about? Came home and our house cleaner was here. And let me just say that I think me and Alba are in a toxic relationship. I really do think that. I think that I'm in a pick-me relationship with my house cleaner because I keep trying, y'all. And she's so inconsistent. And then when she's here, she does an amazing job. And before she leaves, I'm like, wait, before you go. And she's like, see you later. Why are you smiling and waving? When are you coming back? And then when we finally do get her back, she's either 3 hours late or 3 days late and 3 hours late on the third day after she was supposed to be here. And yet here I am, still fighting to get chose by Alba. So Alba, if you ever see this, just know I'll do whatever it takes for you just to come bi-weekly. Please. After that, had a little bit of lunch. I sat down and actually edited this vlog for about an hour and a half just so I wasn't behind. I'm trying to get back into my consistent Sunday uploads. Traveling, y'all, it just takes away from any consistency. I'm always going to try to upload at least one day a week, but that day could be any day. But just know that my goal is always to have these videos up on Sunday. I'm not going to tell you what time because we're working on just getting them up on Sundays, okay? So you should be watching this on Sunday, or at least it was released on Sunday. After that, I stopped and made sure to like set a timer so that I wasn't in a work hole and I could get my makeup on and talk to you before we head to the Erykah Badu concert tonight. So let's get into it, baby. Now, the makeup is pretty simple today because I am going to have on sunglasses. But what I really wanted to show y'all, hold on. You remember that lip gloss? The Prototype Botanical Lip Oil? I have the shade 1 of 1. First though, lined it with MAC Chestnut. And then I have this NYX Smooth Whip Matte Lip Cream. The color is Pancake Stacks. If I could find more of these, I would have all of them. I just love the texture of it. And NYX is such an affordable brand. I know it's at CVS, maybe at Ulta as well. I will link it down below. But it's just a nice nude, brown girl's nude with a liner. And then on top of it, I put the gloss, and I was afraid it was going to be a little bit too dark. But I actually really like it. Just as a reminder, y'all, this is the color that it comes out of the applicator. Ooh, a little bit too much. Go back. I wanted to go back in there. You know how when you get a good product, you don't want to waste. Don't drop that. Don't drop that shit. Hold on. Let me turn it a little bit. Because I want y'all to see the shade that it comes across. Summer Lippy, is that you? Yeah, I love this. And I also have, you remember, the other shades to play around with as well. Eye makeup is the Sunrise palette by Natasha Denona. Didn't do a bunch of contouring and all of that stuff, again, because I'm gonna have on sunglasses. And this little tank that has a shelf bra is one of the ones. That was unnecessary. It's one of the ones that I grabbed from Uniqlo yesterday. I thought that I was going to wear the white one, but I decided instead to wear the black one, and you'll see why in just a second. My Bermuda shorts, as I told you all, are a little big in the waist, but until I can get them taken in, they're gonna have to be it for today. And I'm probably gonna throw an additional layer on top. My Western hat, my cowboy hat, is by Monday Swimwear, believe it or not. And the best part about this hat is that there is actually wire on the side. So it's bendable, meaning it will lay flat in your suitcase, pop back out. You can twist it, you can turn it. And the same thing, right? When you wear it during the day, if you want it to have a different vibe, if you want it to be more narrow, you can do that. If you want it to be wider, you can do that. And Monday Swimwear is one of my favorite swimwear companies, but I'm always so shocked by how good their accessories are because I ordered a bag from them as well. I ended up sending it back because it was an investment for a straw bag, but I might need to get it. Western boots, y'all, are by Tecovas. They are a Western wear brand. If you're in the DMV Metro, they are at Mosaic District, okay? And then I have had this scarf, which is a silk blend from Saint Laurent since I worked there. I used to wear this with my uniform, which was just a suit, basically a YSL suit. And I felt like when I put this on, it was just like something needed to bring it out, and I wasn't quite sure what it was. And I was like, oh, a scarf. And at first I put it around my neck, and I was like, no, because we're not trying to do cowboy cardi. That's not the vibe. I was like, what am I going to do with this scarf? And I was like, oh, I know what I want to do with my scarf. I'm going to put it in my back pocket. And actually, if it rains, it is an additional kind of little layer that might be useful. I just feel like, you know, you're just posing for a little photo. It's the Wild Wild West. Just out here vibing. It's not a big deal, you know. Oh, you're sweating. Dab, dab, dab. You know, like that is what I'm trying to give. And then for the rest of the look, I threw in a blazer because, again, the concert is in the evening. I think I told y'all that. And so I wanted to make sure I had something just to cover up, especially if it rains. If not, I'll take it off, cape it over my shoulders, do whatever with it, y'all. The concert is at Wolf Trap, which is a venue, if you're not in the DC metro area, that actually allows for you to bring like water, food, drinks, etc. Sunnies are these very old ones by Lulu's that have the rose tinted lens. And that is the Erykah Badu Concert look. I feel like it came together. Yeah, it's a vibe. Oh, necklaces. Dior, gift from Margot. This is Nature the label. Same stack here. The only new thing that I have is by, well, it's not new, but new to the arm party, is by Hermes. That's the Click Clack. I need to put something on this wrist. It'll probably just be my typical bangles. All right, let's get out of here.
For your matter now.